I was told that you were dead.
But he did not.
Yes, but I was told this.
I will talk to her. My word on it. I do not see an animal, Nathaniel.
What if we left this place? Robin as well. Robin Sumner, you trust me, don't you? I'll see you safe.
You've been a very brave boy, Robin.
Oh, that boy's dead. Washed up like garbage in the mud of Good Luck Hope. It's your piece of shit brother killing on account of your killing. You goddamn animals.
There is a candle, sir. Matilda! We had to catch him!
Mr. Reed. Son. Mr. Reed. How was it you were taken? So it was as though you surrendered. Why? So to what end? Did you and the captain find Robin's killed mother and uncle? On what rash instinct has he and Miss Susan now blasted their way in and out of Mr. Dove's home? Please. All I hear is talk of men who know naught of the truth. Please, Mr. Reed. What must we do next? Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed.
Matilda. Tilda! Please, only let me speak with you. Tilda, please. We must talk. You must let me explain. Tilda!
Come on, Inspector. You waited on.
This is your case, Inspector Drummond. This may be Hackney, but this is a crime burst in Whitechapel. His felons will no doubt be hid there until their escape may be made. And you, sir, and your men at H Division, you shall hunt and trap them in Whitechapel. Am I clear?
Yes, Mr. Dove. Now that they've got the boy, they must make their escape. And must show themselves in so doing. Therefore, will you allow me more men requisitioned from the J and the K? See the docksides locked down, all the train stations...
She was mother to me when I had need of one. And they stole my son. So yes, Inspector, you shall have all the men you require. Only make the instruction.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Reed, now that Mr. Shine's last actions have delivered him into your custody, does he speak?
He does not. Never mind what Mr. Shine did to him. It's as if the marrow has been sucked from his bones.
The betrayal he has suffered. Perception of it, at least. It is perhaps understandable. You've cleared the Lehman Street cells for his safety there.
I have.
Then perhaps I might interview him.
I should be grateful, sir.
Then let us to Lehman Street. After you, Inspector.
Send for a photographer. Do not let the watchwoman touch her until the picture's taken.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you.
I never knew. What I mean to say is that there's much, too much in this world to turn a man towards contempt for all within, but I never knew what it would be to see the two of you together. And to know myself changed.
And Connor, you watch your father. But despite all, there's much to take example from. His courage. His courage and his love.
Well, there are fences yet to be leapt. But we're going home, son. To America.
There are deep valleys. And there are rivers that are fresh with spring thaw.
Fish within. Catfish, perch, that great big fat trout. We can catch and eat and then do nothing but belch and feel the sun on our faces. Maybe turn our minds towards making you a little sister.
I have a carriage ready. My driver will take you as far as the Old North Road and then make his own way home. Now, Connor, this is Miss Mimi, our true friend. Well, how else am I to be rid of you? The docks will be watched, the boat trains for the northern and southern ports likewise. Now, you'd only be apprehended, escape once again, return here. I should never be able to open this playhouse to the paying public.
All right, best we're about it then.
You do not wish to hear news of the wider world of Whitechapel?
We do now.
What news is that, Miss Mimi? Jedediah Shine is dead.
Well, that's cause for celebration then.
How so? It is not said in detail. Only that the capture of Mr. Reed was his last living act. It appears Mr. Reed's daughter was turned to his betrayal. One family reunited, another sundered.
Hey, he knew the risk. I warned him, but he decided to go his own way, just as now we're gonna go ours. Caitlin, you bring the boy, I'm gonna take the bags out to the carriage. Caitlin, I said bring the boy.
Matthew, I have to. I made the promise. That betrayal, that sundering, they are down to me.
God damn it, Caitlin. No.
Does he not merit intervention? Does she not deserve the truth?
And what about us, for Christ's sakes? We have him. We have Connor, and now you're gonna go saunter over and present yourself to the home address of Inspector Samuel Drummond.
I do not suggest such a thing.
Then what?
You ask one more service of our host.
Will you leave us a moment, Inspector Drummond?
Yes, sir.
All of London is a clamour, sir. The capital's press is therefore to be gathered at Scotland Yard tomorrow morning, where I shall explain to them the ugly whys and wherefores of how it is the leading police of Whitechapel are either murdered or murdering. I'm sure you understand, therefore, the service you would render should you give full account of all you know. Your friends have killed once more. More blood, the spattering of which lands on your shirt cuffs, Mr. Reed, for you know where they might be found and will not say. Will you now tell me? And beware, I do not offer you terms. You are wiser than to think your many articles of disgrace might be shrived for one act of confession. No, you speak because you understand that this mayhem must come to an end. You do it because you believe in a resolution, a last good act for Edmund Reed. It will not erase the stain of your works, sir, but it will return a measure of order to the community you have purported to serve. And some peace to the shattered soul of your daughter.
I could hear Bennett Drake as he died. I heard what it was he said to your brother before your brother took his throat out. Bennett said that to see him was only looking in a mirror. And now you and I here, facing reflections of our own. I know you are sincere, Mr. Duff. Sincere in your hope that the world be righted and renewed. The pitiless murk of the past be obliterated and forgot. It is an ambition I once nurtured myself, and yet I would dispute with all who would insist that such an ambition was hopeless. This journey, here, ours, began with a man named Isaac Bloom. You recall the name? Isaac was a mathematician. He believed that numbers betrayed the true nature of our universe, and that accordingly it was empirically proved that the entropy of the universe extended to a maximum, that everything moved irretrievably from order into chaos. You do not believe that, do you?
I do not.
I said the same, because what hope for Whitechapel if he were right? You wish for a confession of truth from me?
I do.
Well, this is it. Isaac Bloom was correct in all that he said. You forget your hopes, sir, because this Whitechapel is coming for you. It will take the purest of them, and it will shatter it into shards of pure poison. And one last good act, you say? Then I choose the simplest. I will not betray my friends.
You will not speak yet, but we must proceed regardless. The man he is, his position in your own private life, it is no easy thing, I know. But you seem charged, Inspector.
I shall, Mr. Duff.
Aye, but you are upright, the barrier.
Careful, Frank.
What is it scares you, Drum? That just as the sanctified Miss Matilda Reed has done, we too might find cause to wallop you in full view of the world.
Are you about your work, Desk Sergeant? Have you wired the J&K about them extra boots? Do they even now read their instructions as to how each and every means of departure from this town is to be barricaded? No? Let's see it done. And when you have, you may come and witness Mr. Reed's charge sheet. Hear his offences for yourself. Please confirm your name.
Edmund John James Reed.
Address.
14 Fairclough Street, Whitechapel.
Occupation.
Police officer. Drummond, when I asked you earlier, you told Matilda that I understand, that I understood. Please, will you tell her? Please, say that you tell her.
Charge sheet against Reed. Edmund John James. Witness, Sergeant Francis Thatcher. Her Majesty's Metropolitan Police do charge you with the following crimes. The unlawful murder with malice aforethought of Theodore Swift. The unlawful murder of Horace Buckley.
Drummond.
Aiding and abetting in the unlawful murder of Frank Goodnight. Resisting arrest.
Drummond.
Conspiracy to defeat justice.
Please, Matilda
being an
must
accessory
know.
after
Please,
the fact
Matilda
to the
must
felony of
know.
permitting
She
Miss
must
Susan
not
Hart and
suffer
Captain
any
Homer
further
Jackson to
distress.
regain their liberty whilst having the prisoners in your lawful custody.
It is only a message.
You will sign
why
here, Mr.
will you
Reed.
why will
And
you
then you,
not
Frank.
undertake?
You cannot undertake to do that, Mr. Reed, because Miss Matilda put him out in the streets and won't speak to him.
Is this true, Drummond?
Please, sir, sign.
Tell me.
Sergeant Thatcher, sign.
Samuel Drummond. Was it you who lit the candle at Matilda's window? Sign for your inspector, Sergeant.
But Mr. Reed,
Sign, Thatcher. Sergeant Thatcher, earlier you were inquiring after the Sumner family.
yes, Mr. Reed.
Perhaps 1.5 kilometers upstream from the Lighthouse Cut, there is a series of heavy meanders through Bow Creek, and on the eastern bank, there is a copse of black poplars at Good Luck Hope. Amongst, you will find a mound of earth marked with a brow of driftwood. And within that grave, you will find the murdered body of Robin Sumner. Who? Commissioner Dove, I believe.
And that Inspector Drum, up there with his vanity and his ambition, he may as well have the little boy's blood in his hands as well. We shall hear what he's done.
No, Samuel Drummond. Samuel Drummond is innocent of all and must remain, sir.
Sir, the candle. Miss Matilda, how can you
For the
defend...
love of her, I am certain of it. After all the bickering and the petty jostlings with the man undone, are you not similarly convinced his heart is a true one? Whichever, Sergeant. It serves no purpose to ruin his sense of the world. Not yet, at any rate.
Then I ask you again, sir. What must we do now?
Not we, Francis Thatcher. You.
You're Miss Matilda Reed. Yes, who are you? This is my theatre, Miss Reed. It means a great deal to me, so I do hope that you can be trusted. Hello, Matilda. Why am I brought here? Because she asks. And she has a way of getting what she asks for. You bank a great deal on my discretion, Miss Susan. I hope you will consider it a risk worth taking. Then what is it that I may do for you? Relieve me of a secret? I hope. How may I do that? Allow me to tell it to you. I've kept it long, and it is to me a poison. Hello, Connor.
My son knows a friend when he sees one.
I fetch you some tea, Miss Reed?
Thank you, Captain Jackson. We heard the news of your father. He was here with us until... Well, you called to him. Which father can resist the call of his child?
But I did not call to him. Did not send him out to go beneath Mr. Shine's fists. I would not. I could not.
I believe it, Matilda. You love him.
I do. And yet...
The things he has done. I tell you about my father.
Are you feeling all right?
A little flu. What he suffered, and for all its horror. I wish for Mr. Reed to lock the grill and leave my father there. I long for it. Again and again and again. And I do not feel regret.
Forgive me, Miss Susan, but your father's fate, my own involvement in that, it is not those actions which brought me to despair.
I know, Matilda.
But Mr. Buckley, what he did to Mr.
Matilda, this is why I bring you here. To ask that you, whenever down the years you bring to mind the picture of what befell Mr. Buckley in that cellar, you no more imagine Mr. Reed with that man's head between his fists, but myself. Now, it would take you another lifetime to understand what would have made me do such a thing. But at the time, I believed your father, perhaps as vicious as your worst dreams may suggest. I was in this, as perhaps you are now, misguided. And to my shame, my lifelong shame, I saw a way by which all that I had made for myself, all that your father, in his righteousness, would set himself upon taking from me, I saw a means to protect it, and that means was a lie. In the days after you were found, taken into my care, oh, your mind fevered, wandering, the damaged spirit child of Mr. Buckley had made you believe that you were. Your father, Mr. Reed, came looking for you, and I told him you were dead. And worse, Matilda, for all Mr. Buckley's gentleness to you, I described a vision of horror to your father. That you had been chained and starved and violated all those years that you'd been gone from him. So yes, he took Horace Buckley's life, but with my hands, Matilda. My hands. My hands. As though he were my puppet.
It's true, Miss Reed. All of it.
Yet you love us still.
It can be regrettable, but you do not pick who you love.
And so you bring me here now to tell me this because you have your son, are leaving and wish to unburden yourself before you do. Forgive me, but as ever, I feel you serve no one's ends but your own. Think on it. As my father is dragged pitilessly to his justice, while you escape yours.
God damn it! You just couldn't leave well enough alone, could you? Of all the women in the world to have an attack of conscience. Jesus Christ. And don't you be pointing those teary eyes in my direction either, Miss Reed. She and your father's shit-caked chaos of their lives, I've been caught in that carnage as deep as any soul alive. And now, God damn it. I mean, what did you ever do for me, huh? this flapping ass out of more scrapes than I care to think of it now.
Now what, Captain?
I have a goddamn plan. That's what. Save it, Sarge. Even, boys. Took your sweet time. Think it's gonna take 6 of you, do you? Well, perhaps it might. If you were men, not cowards and eunuchs. Come on, darlings.
Where's Sergeant Thatcher?
Don't know, sir.
Will somebody bloody find?
Ah, Drummond. The Fairy Queen himself.
Whatever it is you have in mind, do not take me for a fool. Has he been searched? Strip him. Do it!
Inspector, sir.
What?
You're called for.
I'm occupied. Take a note or send them away.
It is Miss Reed, sir.
Lock Captain Jackson down. 2 men on the outer door also.
What is it you do, Captain?
Attack a conscience, Reed. You can save your gratitude for later.
And why am I grateful that you two are now incarcerated?
What do you think? Not that you deserve it, but we're gonna break you out of here.
We?
Tilda. Tilda. Will you come upstairs so we may talk?
In due course. Perhaps. For now, I would see my father. Drum, you may take a moment to consider the consequences of denying me this, but do not take any longer. Thank you, Drum. As I said, alone.
I shall wait beyond. Hammer on the door when you are done, Tilda.
Darling girl.
Are you hurt what that man did?
Hush, Matilda, I shall live.
My candle. It was not myself to have lit it.
I know, Matilda.
How?
Mr. Drummond is not a man much able to disguise his shame.
He told you.
Not as such, but he bears it hard, my darling.
Hey, my heart bleeds for him, really, but Miss Reed, you think it's about time we got a better chief purpose?
No. I am not for the freeing, Matilda.
Excuse me?
No more running. No more. All that I have done, all the horrors that you have felt at your father's actions, they are not misplaced.
But Miss Susan, she explained all to me.
No, not all. The man, Buckley, perhaps. Her father, Theodore Swift. I can never regret that, but think on your Uncle Bennett and all I brought him to. Matilda, an accounting must be made.
And now you're happy to let me hang alongside you when I bust my ass in here to free you.
Yes. On that matter, it is my own strategy, Captain, that I very much hope it shan't come to that.
And that strategy being what?
Francis Thatcher is going to exhume the body of Robin Sumner.
I thought you said you left that boy to rest.
He rests, Augustus Dove prevails. He may rest in due course again, but it is that boy who will give his own tragedy, his family's here, Bellatrix, Isaac Bloom's. It is that boy who will hand them their justice, even if I have handed mine alongside.
And how's a boy to do that, Reed? That boy cannot speak.
The dead can always speak, Captain, when you are there to aid them.
And if I hadn't, in all lunacy, said about your freeing.
You've always been there when I needed you. Why should today be any different?
Miss Reed,
Yes, Captain.
can you hand me my pistol, please?
But why?
Because I'm gonna shoot your father with it.
My apologies, brother. I've left you alone too long. I thought we might eat together. Last night, as we came under attack, you broke down your door.
I did?
You did this so you might assist my people.
I heard the pub calling.
And yet you did not protect him.
The captain, he had a pistol. And besides,
Besides what, brother?
Miss Susan is his mother.
She is a murderer, Nathaniel.
So am I, Augustus. Do you recall the boy, Robin Sumner?
Of course.
Miss Susan told me he is in fact not safe. He's dead.
She knows this, how?
Captain found him in water. That good look up.
How dead did these most valued witnesses say?
Killed. By you, they believe.
And what do you believe, Nathaniel? You who have known me your entire life. Do you truly believe I could do that to a pup? A pup?
No.
Now, we are almost home. Edmund Reed lies in a cell at Lehman Street, his spirit broken. A woman hard and her American must now escape with their child and will surely be taken in so doing. It will be Christmas before we know it. We shall fill the house with food and gifts and friends and give thanks for the future ahead of us. Eat.
Right.
fear no evil. For thou art with me. I rode in the storm. Comfort me.
How did you know where to find him, Sergeant?
Mr. Reed told me where.
And what will you do with him now?
Game is retribution.
An admirable instinct, Mr. Thatcher. A policeman's instinct. You saved me a great deal of trouble. I should have been here all night otherwise. It is a faster current here, and the course runs direct. Do you see? The pilot lights at Limehouse Cut. The Thames running on a spring tide, and beyond, the ocean. As you sought to show Robin Sumner his path in life, you will lead him on in death now.
Whichever road Thatcher took, he's late. He's way, way late. Yeah, they're waiting for me, you know. My wife, my boy, for you too, if you need a ride. We have the guns, we have the dynamite. Reed, we might just go.
You might. You ought. Whatever has happened, whatever is coming, I cannot explain it, but I must be here to see it, but I am in earnest, Captain. You go now.
What? And let you martyr yourself all alone?
Nathaniel! Nathaniel!
Mr. Duff, sir, your carriage is here.
So that the newspaper men of London may be furnished with the truth, Assistant Commissioner Dodd will now elaborate.
Thank you, Commissioner. It is with regret I must announce the death of Inspector First Class Jedediah Shine of H Division. Please. Mr. Shine was as fine and resourceful a policeman as any this force has known. He will be mourned accordingly. I need hardly mention how hard this goes on the morale of our men, who only so recently lost Inspector Bennett Drake of the same division. Inspector Shine's last action was to secure the arrest of Edmund Reed. And whilst I know that man's reputation was hard won, I hope that you will take in good faith the charges which the men of H Division will soon be presenting against their one-time station chief. Let me say only this. None of the speculation carried in your pages is far from the truth of the matter. And should the courts, as I expect them to do, find Edmund Reed guilty, no matter his years of service, we will be urging for the most severe of penalties under the law.
Commissioner Bradford, can this indeed be true? You would send one of your own to the rope?
We would, Miss Costello. With ever greater conviction, given the vile and headstrong hypocrisy he has sanctioned and performed in our name.
Marcus. Come away, listen.
You heard.
I did.
Then you understand why I wired you. I hoped you might be prized from your retirement.
Ed Reed is to be hanged. That hair-oiled smooth face back there. That is the Mr. Dove you wrote of.
I fear he now has the wherewithal to prevail. There are none left to challenge him.
There is you, miss.
But all I had accumulated of his story, the murdered Rabbi Ratovsky's own written account, I believe Mr. Shine destroyed it.
Then best we put it together again.
Where is Francis Thatcher?
Gone, as you ask. No man knows where.
Not returned.
Matilda, why does the whereabouts of Frank Thatcher worry you so?
I'm not sure I want to tell you, John. After all, I know what it is you do with the secrets I give you.
I would take it back, if I could.
I'm sure.
But not for him. All them things Mr. Reed is said to have done, he done.
I know.
So he must face his punishment.
I understand, John.
I did it for you, Tilda. Because I still only want for you and I to be able to walk clean of this mess. For you, for once, to be able to stand on top of the building of your life and look outward from it. Not forever be casting your gaze back inside for the fear it might catch fire again.
And here's the building, you feel?
Well, when is he not?
Your son, point down. Where's your chief?
Mr. Aberline.
Matilda Reed.
Mr. Aberline, on another occasion, the men of H Division would gladly welcome you, but as you might have heard, we are sorely pressed at the present moment.
Who? This?
This is Inspector Drummond.
This is him? The milksop with whom you bring yourself into shame and disrepute? Matilda. Really? Looks like he might bow to blow the head of a pint of mild.
Nonetheless, sir, this is my command. And I'd ask you why you've brung yourself here. Today, of all days.
I would see my friend before you and your master have his neck choked at Newgate.
Tilda, it is not I that will pass a sentence on him, as you know. Nor Mr. Dove.
He agitates for it, however.
Drum, please. Allow it.
I will not. It is prohibited.
What is it you do, Drum?
What else? Alert Mr. Dove to this man's presence.
You do it, Sonny. I should be glad to know him.
Hello? Susan? Captain?
Be quiet. Be quiet!
Nathaniel! Nathaniel, you leave her be! Will you take Connor and leave you here? He's a friend. Trust me. You brought him here. Why?
Miss Susan, you told me, and I had to ask him because he is my brother. Augustus, he swore. No, he hadn't. And how could I believe this of him? But I watched, and I followed him. And I saw him. He put a bullet in that copper Thatcher.
Thatcher's dead.
Yes, he put them both in the river. But I swam out and I brought Robin back.
Why did you bring him to me?
I've no one else to go to. And I feel as though something should be done. And Robin should be shown to someone as proof.
Augustus must be punished.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he is killed.
So have you, Nathaniel.
But not a pup. Never a pup.
Killing is killing. And if Augustus must be punished, then you must. All who kill must be punished.
I'm frightened, Miss Susan. I'm fierce frightened.
Perhaps I ought to go with you.
Thank you. Miss Reed, you did right to send for me, Inspector.
That's him, then, is it?
Mr. Aberline, on another occasion, I should be grateful to meet you and account for actions we here have taken, which I understand must surely fill you with horror. But our force, we comrades cannot be seen to fight among ourselves.
My, but you are silky and oiled, boy. However, I'm not in your force no more. And even were I still, I would not call you my brother man.
Then, sir, I think Inspector Drummond must have his men escort you from these premises. Mr. Drummond.
You men, with me. Augustus.
Good afternoon, Mr. Duff. Inspector Drummond, my name is Caitlin Swift, and I wish to surrender myself to the police.
My name is Nathaniel Kroger. And I too wish to surrender myself to the police.
For what crime?
I'm sorry, Augustus.
I do not know you, sir.
Which crime?
Murder.
Whose?
Leon Ritzovsky. Rabbi Leon Ritzovsky. Other men, whose names I did not know. And Mr. Drake.
He known to you, is he, Mr. Duff? He familiar?
I do not know this man.
We must take this off the street, Mr. Duff. Get him in. Men! Get him in! All of them! Now!
Silver, what is it? What do you do?
Father, I think you must come.
So follow procedures, Mr. Drummond. All confessions to be read, signed, and witnessed.
Yes, sir. Rachel!
Yes, sir.
You keep away! Right?
You keep away.
Nathaniel, allow it. I must see him.
Who is this boy?
Augustus. Please. You know.
Yes, Mr. Dove. You know.
I'll kill you, you son of a
It
bitch.
is not worth the blood. You taught him that he was the beast, did you not? And that make you more able to suppress and disguise your own monstrosity.
Take control of your station house, Inspector!
Barely have I known you 10 minutes, boy, and already the sound of your voice makes me want to shit! Edmund?
Fred. Samuel Drummond. You see, your station house has been overtaken by its prisoners. You not to blame. You were overwhelmed. At gunpoint. And your captors then locked down the station house around you.